Dr. Hare, that was amazing. I love that. Integration was the illusion of inclusion. Thank you so much for speaking so well to our resiliency and to the media. Talk about holding them to task. Absolutely. There was one thought I wanted to share with you and ask us all to think about. As far as discipline, I don't think we stopped disciplining our children. I used to, in the 80s, I worked for the Child Assault Prevention Project, and I can assure you we did not stop disciplining our children. As the tail end of the baby boomers, I remember the kind of discipline you're talking about. We went through that, and I think it's interesting that the last generation who did go through that kind of disciplining, we ended up, I think we were the largest population on crack. On coke. We were the population that started that addiction, that got hooked on that. I think it wasn't Child Protective Services or the law telling us that we could not discipline our children. Since when did we let the law stop us from doing what we wanted to do and felt we needed to do as far as our families? What happened, I think, is us baby boomers, we were given everything. Our parents, bless their hearts, did everything for us. We got into college and reached for the sky and got the sky and kept working. We got those good jobs and we kept working and working, had kids, and then handed those kids a latchkey and told them they were on their own basically while we worked 45, 50 hours a week, and some to make ends meet, but some because we could. For that BMW, all the stuff we learned in the 80s and crack is what did us, and that we turned everything around to me. I think that might have been part of the whole integration, learning that there's a white population out there who was not community-minded like we had all been raised, but me generation had been raised for individuality. That's what hit us. Because we sure took off and left our kids. Well, we worked 9, 10, 11-hour days and bought the best, and then used that money to buy our kids the best tennis shoes and this and that. Not computers, not books, but tennis shoes and clothes because of our guilt. And we thought, well, we had been beaten, so we'll never do that to our kids. So we went the complete other direction and didn't teach them manners. We didn't know, without that kind of discipline, we didn't know that there was a middle ground. So it's not all CPS. We need to take some responsibility in that. As far as the kids not respecting us, why should they? We left them at home to fend for themselves. And then we got on crack, and they had to get into the streets, sell crack in order to keep us baby boomers from damaging ourselves. Because their grandmas, their aunties, their moms were all on crack, they ended up selling it. And there's political stuff in there, but no, I think we baby boomers need to take a lot more ownership for what is going on now with our children. Didn't teach them manners, didn't teach them how to raise their kids, so they had no idea. And still, there's so much we're not teaching them. I was a truancy officer. I wish I could tell you how many parents, African American parents, got so mad at me for calling them to tell them that their child was getting a D or flunking because of cutting class. And I was told, well, at least they're getting a D, so they're passing. We need to take some responsibility. Racism's out there, definitely, and we are so resilient that we have survived the last 400 years, but we still need to take some ownership for our own behavior and start cherishing our children as much as we cherish those Lexus, getting our nails done, getting our hair done, getting the widescreen TV. We need to focus on them and forget all those other people. Forget all that other stuff. Focus, change from the 1980s me generation back to the model of our parents. We don't have to get back into the beating part, but there's so many qualities that our parents had. We're smart. We know how to discipline our children without beating them. Peace, and thank you so much. The things you said are just amazing. Just awesome. I wish you the best. Take care.